Welcome to dinner at the Roundtable Podcast with DJ John Tovar, Nelly Nell, Chris Ryder, your source to knowledge. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Dinner at the Roundtable.
GG, I am DJ John Tovar, Nelly Nell, Chris Ryder. We all Dinner at the Roundtable Podcast, your source to knowledge. We got a special guest, Nelly Nell, please.
You already know, man. Live from New York, we got Lord Brett in the building. Music artist straight out of Harlem. You already know what it is, man. My brother, long time to see you, bro. Welcome back to the show.
Welcome back,
man. We in the building, man. It's your boy, Lord Brett, the slicey motherfucker, man. We in the building. Dinner at the Roundtable.
You already know, man. And on top of that, not only do we have Lord Brett in the building today, we got a special co-host, La Duena, straight out of Kissimmee, Florida, repping. You know what I'm saying? The ladies.
What's fucking good?
Let's get it.
What's good? It's your girl La Duena, aquí in Florida, chilling.
Enjoying that warm weather, right?
Yeah. It's getting a little chilly, but it's, I'm from New York, so it's all right for me.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, we just been getting a lot of feedback from our female audience. They wanted a female to come on the show and give their perspective on social issues. So we got you.
Absolutely.
So welcome welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right. So here we got the Bredicator, man. Bredication.
Oh, bread, baby.
He in the building.
Dedication.
I love that term still, bro. That term is still like, I just can't bredication. Like that's the ill term.
It feels good to be back, man. The word's been spreading, man. The people loving it. The brand is picking up, man. We got a lot of stuff coming up this year. It feels good, man. Definitely, man. Motivational shit.
That's what's up, bro.
So you released Preheated, your album, you know what I'm saying? That shit was fire.
Yeah.
I listened to it. It's available on all digital music platforms.
Yes.
It is lit, bro.
I was listening to that. That's lit.
You fuck with that Preheated, the temp set. We had to set the temp a little bit.
You go, bro. I mean, the last time you were here, that's when you actually were about to drop it.
Yeah, that was before the release, Preheated. And, now it's out. So I've been proud with the results. I've been getting a lot of good feedback. A lot of people been reaching out to me. I've been working with more artists from all over now. It's been really good. I've been getting good response from it. Preheated definitely set the temperature like I expected it to. So I'm just looking forward to shooting more videos for it.
That's dope.
That was in July that you dropped Preheated, correct? July 20th?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're definitely following I was anticipating the album, bro, because I was waiting since that time that you came last time on Dinner at the Roundtable Podcast. But, real quick, man, I just reintroduce you to our listeners, our viewers. Who is Lord Brett, man?
Well, Lord Brett, man, I'm coming from Harlem native, definitely. I'm a full bred hustler, I was always taught, man, you gotta go get it. If you want it, you gotta go get it. So when you listen to my music and you see me, you see those characteristics. I'm a go getter. You don't see a person that's gonna sit back and just wait for it to come. I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna go get it. We're gonna be dedicated to the end. We're gonna go get it. So when you listen to my music, you get that energy. I'm one that's gonna keep the cup half full, not half empty. I'll keep that mindset.
There you go, man. Slice life.
Yeah, there you go. I like to say something. That term dedication, it reminds me of entrepreneurship, that modern thing with the Latinos, Latino gang.
We need more of that. Yeah.
That's what's up, yo. I was listening to your shit. That shit is lit, yo.
Good looking. What song you was liking on it? What song you fuck with?
I like the recent one that you posted. Which one was it? I gotta look into it real quick and see which one it was. I think it was the Slicey Life, that one. Yeah. I had that turned up in the speakers in the pool and shit, and I was just like, let's jump into the pool after this shit.
Yeah, it's those vibes right there.
Dripping,
that's the mood.
That song was lit. I mean, you did the video for it. Where did you guys film that? Listen, you filmed it either in Miami or I think you went in Puerto Rico too, right?
Oh yeah. Dripping video that was shot in Myrtle Beach, actually, South Carolina. Yeah.
Oh, word, that's dope.
You get a good vibe out there. When I went out to Myrtle Beach, it was a good vibe out there. Like you get the same feel almost as Miami because the trees and the way it looks. So like the vibe out there was amazing. It's definitely a place you might want to go check out. Some free time. Myrtle Beach is nice.
Myrtle Beach is nice. It's chill. It's not as crazy as Miami. Miami is if you just want to wake up drunk on the beach, you know.
Yeah, I definitely had fun out there filming the video out there. We hit up the strip club called Dollhouse. You know, we went to grocery studios. Like, we was out there working, networking. It was good, you know, relaxation and work at the same time. It's dedication and slicey. We had fun and we worked. So it was like, you know, half and half.
And what I like about Lil Red though, man, like you put your peoples in positions though. Like, I mean, last time you were here, you spoke about really putting your peoples in positions where they're gonna, like, you know, I mean, eventually launch off the way you did. But I really admire how you really put your peoples in positions though, where you guys are united. You know what I'm saying? Where it's all about working together. You know what I mean? So definitely appreciate that about you.
I was always taught by the people that raised me that, you know, one hand wash the other. So it's also good to teach, and you also got to learn. So I believe that if you're in position to put somebody else in position, you should give them a shot.
Right. That's dope. Dope.
Amen to that.
Yeah. So so let's talk about the whole dedication movement and the slicey life. There's two different situations under the same umbrella. Just talk to our listeners about that. Slicey life, dedication.
Definitely. Like, so when you look at this movement and the brand, I want you to think of yin and yang. I want you to think of balance, you know, working hard and having fun, living life and taking care of priorities. Like, you know, it's some type of balance that you gotta have in order to prosper. And that's what's gonna be the topic of today, right? We're gonna prosper, we're gonna focus on prosperity. So you gotta be balanced, I feel like. And that's what this is. Slicey life is being able to be happy, joyful, enjoy yourself, and, you know, spiritually, you know, enhance like that. And then dedication is more of a physical work and being focused and, you know, staying true to yourself.
That's dope, though. That's really dope, man.
I mean, that's what it's all about.
You sound like a very well put together young man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he don't sound like, you know, them type of dudes that just want to disrespect girls and bitches and hoes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you sound like you got your shit put together. You know what I mean? And I'm sure you got a heavy team. You know what I'm saying? Loyal to you, to the game. You know what I'm saying? And when you treat people good, yeah, yo, I like that.
Brad serious.
Brad serious? Yo, I'm gonna be saying
we
that.
We don't say Brad serious no more. We say Brad serious.
Brad
serious, man. Everything is about that bread, you heard? But in the serious
it's the market is going up this year. It's gonna be a good year. 2020 was crazy, but we're gonna end it off strong. You know, we're gonna keep our head high for it.
So out of all the songs in your project, what's your favorite one?
Well, definitely, like my favorite right now. Well, shout out to Apple Music, man. Most of my listeners is on Apple Music right now, and my tape still got 4 stars on Apple Music, so that's really good to me.
That's dope.
You know, one of my favorite songs is "In My Feelings" is a good one because I really like the Neo sample. It really hit home when you turn that record on. A lot of people, like, they automatically jump to it, like, oh, this sounds so familiar because, you know, the way the samples hit so good. So In My Feelings was one of them too because, you know, it was rap and it was smooth. It wasn't like just like some of the other records where it's more like bangers. And In My Feelings you can bump any time of day. So I really like that one. Another record I really like too is the I'll say the Sip My Drink record because that record is one of the records that I'm actually waiting to perform. Like, I just can't wait to be like on a stage, music all the way up. Spicy motherfuckers ready to turn up, and when that Sip My Drink come on, they got their cups up. That song is gonna go crazy right there. Sip My Drink, the way it knocks. Yeah, I'm ready to perform that one. Look, hey,
I'm ready.
Ain't no fronting around here. Get the jumping around here. That song go crazy.
I mean,
that song is hype. It's one of the hypest on the album, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, my favorites. I mean, I love the whole album completely. I love Chicken Spot.
Woo!
I love the one. I love this a lot because Noah was a beast too. Noah 4X, Devil Wears Prada. I love that song too.
Oh yeah, that song, The Devil Wears Prada. That joint knocks, right?
Yeah, knocks, man. I seen a little snippet of you in the studio recording that shit too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like that was one of those sessions where the energy was just there. It was like, you know, everything organic, and I was just going in, working, enjoying the process. Like even when you do over or whatever, it's just enjoying the process, just working hard. You know, it's a certain satisfaction you get out of working hard for artists, I believe. And you know,
you also got a song there with Shooter, Flames on them. That was a good one too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Shout out to OFT Shooter. Yeah. We definitely thinking about shooting that video for that. The people been asking about that, the Flames on them. That was a heavy hitter, low key. It's like, because that song right there really nice too. When you bump that in the car and you pull up, they looking like, who's that?
I know I did.
Like, who's that?
I know I did. They're like, who this girl? She not from Florida. Where the fuck she from?
Right.
No, but that one track, Chicken Spot, I love that song because it brings a lot of like memories of, you know, actually like you look at the title and you listen to it, you're like, okay.
That Chicken Spot, like especially 3 a.m. like in New York, you know, you can get some eats at the Chicken Spot.
Yeah.
Chicken Spot.
I'm right about that.
That's a song. That's a type of song that a lot of people can relate to because, you know, people go out, they hang out, party, and then, you know, end up at a chicken.
Man, you get the munchies afterwards. You when you start getting hungry, you got to go to the chicken spot.
You got to go to the chicken spot. Every hood, every borough, every crevice got the chicken spot right there in the corner in the cut. Slice.
Life. So what's in the works right now? Like, what are you guys gonna continue to release more videos for the songs on the album?
Well, yeah, I'm definitely gonna release some more videos. We already shot half of one video. We gotta shoot more. The Preheated Vibes video. That's a really good song. It's a really smooth song. It got like a nice club vibe. If y'all check it out, Preheated Vibes. We shot half of the video, so we're waiting to shoot the other half, and we got the director on deck, man. So that should be coming probably like next month. Y'all should get that video next month. And we got another project that's on the way called Love Me Better. And that approach is a more different approach, is more for the female audience.
Love Me
Better. Yeah, it's called Love Me Better. Feel me? So it's Love Me Better.
With the
like that already.
Yeah. So that's why I did the Preheated.
I like that.
The Preheated was just to set the temp, to let them know I got different sounds, just to warm them up. And now we got Love Me Better coming, and then after that I'm gonna drop Bread Serious. So this is only the order of it. Is the way I kind of planned it out. Just the process of, you know, baking it so you get that bread.
I was gonna ask you a question. The Dripping song, it wasn't on the album. Is that part of the new set for the new album?
Yeah, Drippin' was just a single. You know, it was like a reflection of my trip a little bit. You know, traveling out to Myrtle Beach. I didn't write that song. I was like, I just stepped in the booth and, you know, that's what was coming to me at the moment. So it was like a more of a reflection song for me. Like a lot of my music that I make, I do it for like different time spans of my life, or like maybe on a certain day or something, like my birthday or something, I'll make a new record just so I could know that that's for me, you know? So sometimes I make a lot of my music like that during the time that I'm going on, or like holidays and stuff like that.
So yeah, so I mean,
that's dope.
Yeah, so Drippin' is like a reflection track. It's just showing that to get where you want to be, sometimes it costs you and stuff. You got to go through trials and tribulations and all that. And at the end of the day, you got to stay strong, keep your head up, and just do what you love to do and be who you love to be. You can't really let nobody, you feel me, create who you are. You got to design yourself, basically.
Amen to that.
That's the vibe that I got off of the song. I got that vibe for the video, too. That was just having fun, just chilling.
A lot of people said it looked like I was just having so much fun and shit. Like,
he was jumping around and shit, like, you know. Like,
that video, that gutter video, like, you guys were like on it, man. Like, I couldn't believe you guys had so much energy. Like, you doing push-ups. Like,
oh, and the gutter video. Shout out to the gutter video, right? Shout out to Marty Baller for making that happen. You know, bringing us artists together, man. That was a good move by my boy Marty Baller. Shout out to him. You know, the gutter video, yeah, that video, I like that. It was a lot of fun there. We was in the neighborhood. We came together and we made it happen. That video was energy, yeah, definitely. I got a lot of energy for that one. It was fun.
Yeah, man, there was a lot of going on with that video. Was super, like, it gets you like hype, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody said that. They always see me doing my pull-ups and shit like that. Predicated, right? Bread Serious, right? I had the Bread Serious face on the whole time, they said.
You know, the girls like to see that, you know?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Girls like to see that.
It was like, oh, he got the Bread Serious face on.
Like, yo, what's Bread Serious with you?
Oh, man. Okay,
trying to slice me. Trying to slice me.
What would be your advice for a young artist coming up who's trying to like get a couple of tracks together to release an EP, is trying to get their shine on out there, doesn't really know how to go about it? What would be your advice to tell them, like, to basically how to go around that?
Well, definitely. Well, my advice for artists that want to drop some music and basically get their feet wet would be like, before you drop your song, maybe you want to hear a couple opinions about it, see how it is. You want to make sure your mixing is good, obviously, so the quality, because a lot of people will like cut songs off when it's not really mixed that well. Those are like the main things. Like when you want to release a song, you just want to make sure it sounds good, to the people and whatever. And but also don't feel discouraged by anybody's opinion, because you never know. You could be creating something new that the people's not ready for or they know about. So you can't be discouraged by opinions. It's just good to hear them. And yeah, just go for it. Like, find out wherever you can upload your music for free. Just upload it, go for it, and share those links around. And yeah, the people, you see how the people react.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one thing about new artists coming up, that they don't have the proper direction. They don't know where to do things. They don't have that proper orientation where they don't know exactly where to throw their music at, where to distribute it. And that's something that, artists like yourself that are already kind of educated, you know what I'm saying, in the sense, you know what I mean?
I like that.
And tell them,
elevate.
Do it, man. Because a lot of young cats be thinking about like that big record deal, and that's not really the case. You can actually make your own wave now. So many ways that you don't even need the record labels anymore right now. Tell you the truth, unless you're looking at a large distribution, like internationally in the United States. But there's other ways to make it. You know what I mean? You don't need that big record label behind it. You can actually make a name for yourself. Correct?
Definitely. It's about that work. It's about that work and using the tools that's given to you, like the social media platforms, the audio outlets, the video, the blogs. You gotta contact these people. And sometimes you come across a lot of people taking submissions for music too, and young artists don't really take the time to send out those emails. Or that's why it's the importance of building your team, because you gotta have people to handle these duties for you as an artist, and it helps spread the word faster. One person can only do but so much, So if people on your team really support you, they're gonna help you and do these type of things like that, or even bring these things to your knowledge if you're a young artist and you don't really know about these resources,
And you said that before in the podcast last time we had you here. Like, you gotta utilize your resources, and that is so true. You gotta utilize resources.
Because you meet so many people and they got so many talents and connections, but you don't know because you don't really utilize them or bring them to the table, to the round table.
There's one thing that I like that you said, Lord Bread, that you were talking about. People get discouraged and they just give up easily. And a perfect example is I was visiting some friends yesterday in Orlando. And, she's a young girl and she's an amazing singer. And she was playing, like, she had to have played 100 songs. And I'm like, how many of those songs are out in public, like in Spotify or YouTube? She was like 4. I was like, girl, you got like 100 amazing songs. Just put it out there. Don't think about it. If people are going to say, oh, I don't like that song, then you know what? Like, yo, J-Lo, all the most famous people out there, Cardi B, they got haters. And, it is what it is. You can't satisfy everybody. But if you just be strong and be like, listen, if you think my shit is whack, then don't listen to it. But if you just put it out there and don't be afraid of that, a lot of people get that analysis paralysis. So I like that you was talking about that,
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's true.
Yeah. That's good. Again, we respect your hustle, though, man. Respect that. I mean, what you have been doing for the longest, and your movement, you know what I'm saying, the dedication movement.
Yeah, it's easy when you put your mind to it, but it's not easy. So you got to get through these obstacles, and you just got to stay true to what you believe and what you want. And once you do that, I believe, you feel me, you can prosper. Definitely.
It's a perfect segue to this main topic there, man. Let's talk about it.
So let's before we get to the main topic, I just wanted to drop that dripping song so our listeners can listen to it real quick, and then we can jump
into that.
All right.
Get into that.
Yeah, let me blast my speakers.
Hey.
We get preheated for this little prosperity
video
topic.
now. The video's out now. Y'all can go check that out, man. Slicey like.
All right, here we go, man.
Dripping, dripping, yeah, dripping, yeah, dripping, dripping, drip. Oh Lord. Yeah.
That's no 4X, the whole slice of life.
All my niggas really on it. For this life, yeah, cause us. An arm, leg, and a torso. To the top, yeah, we all go. To the top, yeah, we all go. Got bread and need more though. Got bread and need more though. Drippin', drippin', yeah, applause it. All my niggas really on it. For this life, yeah, cause us. An arm, leg, and a torso.
Drippin', y'all, we on the
top, yeah, we all go. To the top, yeah, we all go. Got bread and need more though. Got bread and need more though. More dough, more flow. Man, they keep calling my phone. Man, they can't leave me alone. I'm a nigga with it and they know. Trap hard, red wall. Niggas want beef in the last part. See these niggas running like a hedgehog. Better yet, like a chicken with his head off. We ain't ducking these niggas. It's fuck all these niggas. It's fuck all these niggas. It's no Milwaukee, but we buck on these niggas. We dump on these niggas. I'm building the bread. I'm stacking the towers. I'm trumping these niggas. I'm Kurt Angle, that ankle lock start hurting these niggas. Fuck these niggas think I do it for. Fuck these niggas really do it for. I need more bread, need a new hoe. I need new drip when I'm on tour. I need a slice mix. I need a nice chick. Hitty on ice. That make the night lit. Drippin', drippin', yeah, we flossing. All my niggas really on it. For this life, yeah, cause us. An arm, leg, and a torso. To the top, yeah, we all go. To the top, yeah, we all go. Got bread, but need more though. Got bread, but need more though. Drippin', drippin', yeah, I'm flossing. All my niggas really on it. For this life, yeah, cause us. An arm, leg, and a torso. To the top, yeah, we all go. To the top, yeah, we all go. Got bread, but need more though. Got bread, but need more though. Got bread, but need more though. Got my city, but I'm on the road. Got hoes, but need more hoes. And that's 3 hoes like Santa Claus. She wanna fuck, she know what's up. I told her take them panties off. She wanna fuck, she not a slut, but girl, she can handle all of this dick, she loving the click. She know I'm the boss, she loving that shit. She loving the drip, she loving the ice. See, she wanna just live. She know I'm the man, she loving the bands, especially when I tear. I fuck up the streets, I fuck up the club, I fuck up wherever I am. No take, just drop, preheated, too hot, 10 set, yours not. Can't forget the bottom cause I'm on top. All the cuties really love me. They hit the streets and I flooded. All them niggas always doubling. Who the fuck you think you fucking with? Yeah, we flossing. All my niggas really on it. For this life, yeah, cause us. An arm, leg, and a torso. To the top, yeah, we all go. To the top, yeah, we all go. Got bread, but need more though.
You already know what it is. Right, man, fire, man.
Drippin', drippin', yeah, flossing.
Drippin', drippin'.
The arm, leg.
It's a little hot over here.
Drippin', drippin', yeah, with flossing.
Yo, it
crazy, yo. Shout out to the Drippin' Drippin' record. Shout out to my man Mellow Beats, the producer on that. My man Mellow Beats, y'all can follow him on Instagram. He be going dumb on the track. Mellow Beats.
Hey.
You know, man, I was Lord Brad, man, killing it like always. You can follow him on Instagram.
Mello's a producer, man. Shout out to Mello, man. We connected through Instagram. He been working hard, man. Like, I shared his beats to other artists that I know. Feel me? We help shop his catalogs. Like, it's one hand wash the other in his business, man. There's no free handouts. Man, it's gonna be labor for labor trade or something. Like, we gotta help each other as artists, as producers, as managers, DJs. We all gotta help each other. Everybody.
For sure, man. But yeah, man, Lord Brad, let's just give the listeners and the viewers your social media drops. Instagram, I know you're Lord Brad _. And then music, they can find it on all the digital music platforms under Lord Brad, correct?
Yeah, definitely. You can follow me on all platforms under Lord Space Bread. Yeah, facts. We on Diesel, Shazam. You hear something, you could just, we in here. We working.
You already know. If it sounds like Lord Brad.
Example.
But for all those users that use SoundCloud, y'all can stay tuned to my SoundCloud. It's Lord Brad with no space. I'm about to put a lot of unreleased music up there that I didn't drop. That's not going to hit the major platforms, but just for the listeners that want to tap in, there's going to be a lot of unreleased music up there coming really soon, within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's dope, man, because SoundCloud is definitely a way for people to listen to music for free, even if they don't have subscriptions to other stuff.
Yeah,
So
I love it. SoundCloud's a great platform. Shout out to SoundCloud.
Yeah, man. So prosperity, our main topic of the night. Let's talk about prosperity. You've been prosperous during the pandemic, my brother. You dropped Preheated. You've been doing your thing. You've been, breading it up.
Come on. It's crazy out here.
Yeah, man.
For real. Everybody out here trying to prosper. You got to want it. You got to go get it. It's not just going to come overnight. And you got to put thought to it. You got to conjure that up. Though to prosper.
So I mean, as influencers in our community, I mean, you're a music artist, so you're an influencer. We do broadcasting, so we're influencers to a certain extent as well. Is our job to preach prosperity so that people can also be artists and be broadcasters and be all they can be, right? Correct?
Correct. That's a fact. Very serious. You gotta, I forgot how you say it. I forgot how they say it, but whatever you preaching, you gotta live by that shit. You gotta live by that shit. You can't just say it and make it up. Like, you gotta really live by it, and you gotta lead by example. Yeah, you gotta practice what you preach, and you gotta lead by example. It's a fact.
Absolutely. Tiene que poner serio,
Yeah,
you want
right.
to prosper and you want to get shit motivating, tiene que poner serio. Nelly know a good friend of ours in the past. That's what he used to say all the time. Like, you tiene que poner serio, and I remember that. And it's just like, you know what? Yeah, man, if I want this, I better go get it. It's not going to be given to me.
Yeah, that's a fact. It's always good to have good role models, people to look up to, that you see them doing good things. You could take that and, build off of it. It's always good to have people to look up to, mentors and stuff like that. Somebody to talk to, to give you good advice. That's definitely good to have.
And also you need to learn how to play that role too. Like, if you know somebody who's actually experienced and knows what they're doing and they're giving you advice, you got to take it, because there's a reason why they're telling you this. They have the resume, you know what I mean?
Right.
Another thing too, you can't be hard-headed in the sense of, oh, you know what? I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, nobody's perfect. You're never gonna do everything right. So if somebody's telling you something, usually it's for your best interest. So you should just, listen a little more, see what it's about, and take advice. Is okay.
Yeah, and be open-minded too.
Yeah.
I know he's been wanting to talk, but his mic is muted. There you go.
There you go. My bad.
There you go. Like, why can't we hear John Tavar? And it's like,
I was like, where'd he go?
Going back what y'all was saying though, I mean, definitely. I mean, learning begins with failure at the same time. And I mean, a lot of people do get discouraged when they fail for the first time and they feel as if, oh well, it wasn't meant for me. But I mean, honestly, just in general though, I think functioning at your fullest level is prosperity. You know what I'm saying? When you function at your fullest level and you just give it all you got.
Yeah, you gotta know you always gotta continue to excel. Like, even once you get to your goal, you make new goals. You got to keep excelling, and that's prosperity too. You got to keep excelling. You can't just settle and be like, happy with what you got. You got to keep excelling, create new goals for yourself. Always reach higher, no ceilings. Yeah, I believe
Absolutely. That's 1,000% correct, brother. 1,000%. The question I always ask myself is basically, how can I enhance my life more? Yeah. That's the question I always ask myself. How can I enhance my life more?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely.
It's been going to prosper.
I definitely believe enhancing yourself more is having knowledge of yourself. You got to understand yourself. You got to know what you want, what you need. You got to separate them. You got to work hard, definitely. And you got to be healthy for sure. Definitely, health is wealth. You got to take care of your body. You are what you eat, people say. So you got to take care of your body. You can't just be.
Absolutely. I always think about like challenging yourself too, like I know some people who are just comfortable with where they're at, and they're like, oh, I could just keep this job for years and years and years. Sometimes life is all about taking risk, and then just having faith and letting God, like, put the building blocks in front of you. You know what I'm saying? And just take advantage of that and being open-minded, because a lot of people are very closed-minded and they're just like automatically like, nah, that don't work. Like, no, how about you try it? Like, if it don't work, then at least you can't say that you didn't try. A lot of people are scared of that too, and that's what holds them back to become their best potential.
I mean, how do you know if a shoe fits you if you don't try it on? It's the same thing. That's
right.
You got to be okay with failing sometimes to do that.
You go to the store to purchase a sneaker or a shoe. I mean, you know your size already. You know you're a size 11, let's say, right? But not all size 11s fit the same. So you got to try that shoe on. You know what I mean? It fits you. So it's the same concept, man. You gotta go for the gusto. You know what I'm saying? Can't be afraid. And unfortunately, I think our society, unfortunately, teaches people to be afraid sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, social media, for instance, is very big on that, on like showing people like, oh, somebody's better than you because they got more likes or more views, they're more popping. People are afraid to be like, I can't even express myself because, I'm going to get a like or two versus my next door neighbor who's a fucking diva. She's getting 10,000 views.
Yeah, you can't be afraid, man. You can't be afraid. The ones that make it is the ones that usually take the leap of faith. So you can't be afraid. You got to just go for it. If you think about it, you got an idea, sometimes you just got to do it, man. You can't be worried about what people think. As long as they think about it, because you're relevant and make more relevancy. As long as they think about it, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad, Just go for it.
And don't listen to the naysayers, because there's so many like haters out there, and they're just like, this dude is whack, or this girl is whack. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to just like, all right, if you think I'm whack, it's all right. Listen, there's 7 billion people in this planet. So, you know what I mean? Somebody's going to be feeling some of your shit, and you ain't got to please everybody. It don't matter. You got to just, you know what I'm saying, pick your balls up and keep it moving.
We got to be ourselves.
Be real.
Don't let your balls sag, you heard?
Yeah, pick your balls up.
Pick it up. Nah, but I mean, you're right about that. I think we got to stop comparing ourselves too at the same time. Like we like looking at the outside and we're not looking at the inside of us. You know what I'm saying? I think everything begins with us anyway. So I think that's what kind of like lacks with a lot of people. They don't really look at the inside. They're more focused on the outside, which, it's the opposite. You got to look at the inside before you can look out the outside. And many people are really struggling with that. I mean, even like you look at these billionaires who you think, they're the happiest people in the world, but only if you could look what's in the inside of these people that actually have a lot of money, but they're living very miserable. Where, I mean, it's just crazy, man. So just really getting to know yourself, though. I mean, I think Lord Brett said that earlier about, your spiritual, get into your spirituality, you know what I'm saying, where a lot of people really lack, you know what I'm saying, they really lack that, not really get into, the inner being. And I think that's something that can make a major difference when you want to prosper in life. So that's definitely a great point, though, Dr. Duena. Great point.
Prosperity it differs for men and women, or you think it's like one and the same?
I think it's one and the same, man. I mean, again, how you define success is a different definition because success is subjective. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what's successful to me could be different for somebody else. It's how you define it in your own eyes. That's the other thing too that you get caught up with.
I think traditionally in our society, for women, being prosperous is a little bit different than for men, just because that's like the traditional thing. Now we're definitely moving on to a different stage in gender think, right? So for instance, like for females, like for our age group or older, right? Like our parents, being prosperous to them was, finding the right man that had a job security, starting a family, getting married, starting a family, and just raising their kids the right way. That was prosperity, to them. But in this day and age, women are more like, independent. They prosperity to them is, being prosperous to them is, being equal to the man, having the same corporate job, getting the same salary, competing against like great jobs and great opportunities.
Fighting for the right to vote. And the list goes on and on and on, like there are some, it's really sad because they're, from a woman's perspective, some women will look on Instagram and they'll actually want to get cosmetic surgery just to get that perfect nose or just to get that perfect waist. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I don't look perfect, but I just accept the way who I am, and it is what it is. And all I want to do is attract the people that's going to be down for me. And if you ain't down for me, then, you know, papa, listen, you could keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people just take that so personally, and then they let it define them. And you know what I mean? It's like, it just comes, I believe it may come also with a little bit of experience, because, you know, I'm originally from New York. Now I'm living in Florida. I got friends in New York. I got friends in Florida. And I could kind of see, you know, the difference in some people. Some people I know are rich. Some people I know are poor. And I kind of like pay attention to their personality. And it's very, very ironic how the rich people that I know really don't appreciate the things that they already have. You know, they're just like, oh, I just want more and more and more. And I want it to be perfect. And it's like, dog, you already got a house that's paid for, or you know what I mean? You got food in your mouth, you got a shelter over your head. Like, you know, just stop for a moment and think what you already have, you know. And a lot of people don't do that, you know. And I just hope, you know, people like you, Lord Bread, like you could just tell people that, listen, just appreciate, learn, stop for a moment, you know what I mean? Because everybody is just like in this fast-paced world, you know what I mean? Even though everything came to a halt because of the pandemic, but you know, at the end of the day, it's just like, you know, listen to yourself, listen to your intuition, and you know, surround yourself with people who are gonna support you with what you like, you know. And the naysayers, you know, that's just a way of saying like, listen, I shouldn't hang with you no more. Like, I can't fuck with you no more, you know. And I wish everyone could think like that, but you know, it's a big world out there, so everybody's different.
Everybody's different. Everybody's sliced different.
Yeah.
And it's just like everybody has their own measurement of success, right?
Yes.
Success is to them. But for the most part, in our society, I think that they preach, you know, you basically pushing you to be successful, but there's a lot of barriers that prevent that, right? Social media, regular media, the press, you know, this competition in our society of who got the best sneakers, the best clothes, and you know,
best body, the best makeup.
Yeah, you gotta look a certain way. Like for females, I know it's very hard. Like females have to, like, you know, you have to have a certain body, a certain look in order for you to be successful, right? But then there's some women that don't think of that. Some women think that, you know, having a degree and having a great job is being successful. You know what I mean? So it all depends on what you measure as prosperity, or whatever it is that you think is thriving for you as being successful, right? Correct?
I mean, yeah, very true. I mean, like you said earlier about, you know, like traditions definitely could get in the way, though. Definitely could get in the way, because especially, I mean, we all brought up, you know, some certain way of, you know, of being taught to think a certain way. But it's up to us to break over that, though, to actually break over that indoctrination. And that again begins with knowing yourself inside. You know, not being so, you know, concerned about the outside. Not until you really get to know the inside issues you have, how is it possible to really confront the outside issues. So that's the way it really begins. You know what I'm saying? And you know, bit by bit, we're definitely seeing a little bit. I mean, let's look what happened right now. We have our first female Black vice president. I mean, like that's wow.
Let's go.
You know what I mean, like
I'm excited about that. I can't lie. I'm excited about that. You know what I mean?
Shout out to all women empowerment groups out there too, man.
Amen to that.
Definitely, man.
All right, B. Got shout out to women holding it down around here.
Absolutely. You know, women empowerment, you know, because girls, like, you know, honestly, girls will sometimes be all about like competition, you know, like my ass is bigger than yours, or my boobs is bigger than yours, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's like, listen, stop worrying about that and just like come together and like let's make a team, you know what I'm saying? Let's start doing makeup, or let's start selling waist trainers or stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's all about building a team, and also, once again, being open-minded. You know what I mean? If you're open-minded, then you'll be able to accept, like, agree to disagree with other people. But some people are just so focused on like, no, I'm right. Like, no, this is me. This is my way. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, be a little open-minded. Listen to what the other person, you know, I have friends who are Biden supporters. I have friends who are Trump supporters. You know what I mean? And, you know, there's a couple in there that you just can't hold a certain conversation with. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like me, I try my best to just be as neutral as possible. You know, I'm in Florida now, so y'all already know this is a red state. So I'm like, you know, I'm just being more observant, but you know, I think being open-minded is something that's really big and really important, you know, and developing friendship and building relationships and stuff like that. Like we can all come together. It's possible, you know.
That's why I definitely support groups like that, you know, women empowerment, brotherhood groups and stuff like that. I support that. It's important for us to come together as a collective to get closer towards prosperity, because we got to share ideas and we got to share plans and figure out how to make them come to reality, you know? It's important to come together as collective and talk. I agree.
Absolutely.
Very true. I think, what's destroying humanity as far as like progressing and being prosperous is competition, opposed to like right now.
Among us too, because usually our neighbors are our competitors. Our neighbors become our competitors when it should be somebody else, or maybe foreign land or something like that. But it's usually the person next to us that's our competitors, and maybe they should be like our teammate. You know, we get farther, I think. But you know, as long as we implement this to the culture, man, they'll adapt it.
Yeah, you go.
And that's partially what I do. That's why I educate, man. I promote that we got to share the sauce. We got to. Everybody get a slice. When the pie come through, everybody get a slice. Yo, man, the last interview we had was before COVID. We had mad boxes of pizza and all that. We were sliced up in there, man.
Oh yeah. Remember that?
Hey, lucky we can't drop our pizza emojis or something down here. We would share a slice.
That was crazy. You're right, man. That's crazy.
Sure, man.
Oh man, but no, you wanted to share something?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say this whole time I was talking through my laptop. I thought I was talking through the mic.
Oh wow.
You guys could hear me like good, right? When I was talking.
Now you sound good money.
Now, but earlier I was good, right?
A little lower.
You were talking in the mic. I didn't see a difference.
I was a little bit lower. Yeah, now I got the mic on, so I'm pretty.
Yeah.
I'm microphone checking right now. What up? Anyway, but yeah, man, what I was gonna say was like back to what Christine was saying, right? La Duena. It was like with females can be very catty with each other, right? They always like, like you know.
I admit I could be catty, you know.
And for men got ego issues, right? You know, it's all about who's more macho, who's tougher. You know, I'm gonna step on you. You can't beat me. Like competitive, right? Men are more competitive. You know, women are just more catty. They want to fight all the time, and like, you know, oh, I hate your shoes and your purse. So, you know what I mean? Oh,
I hate it. I want it. I want that Louis Vuitton bag. Why I don't got a Louis Vuitton bag?
Be like, I hate your eyeliner, you stupid bitch, whatever. But you know, like, for men is like, oh, you know what? Fuck this guy. You know, like, I can lift up more boxes than you. So, you know, those things kind of like get in the way of people being prosperous, you know, individually and also in a group, because when you're being catty or you're being macho and you have there's ego issues, you can stop that. You know, you can stop a group of people from being prosperous because you're letting your own individual feelings get in the mix. You know what I mean? So that's one thing that we have to learn as humans, to try to be more understanding of the next person, so that we don't let our egos and our cattiness get in the way.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like especially, you know, women or men, you know, we just need to understand once again that we're not gonna always agree. You know, you're gonna have, thank God that we live in America and we're entitled to our own opinions. And, you know, some people let it get the best of them and then let it define them, you know, and we can't come together like that. Like, that's just not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So you know, you see the feud, like once again, like with the Trumps and the Bidens, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, we all at the end of the day want the same thing. We want the best for our children. We want the best education. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I'm blue and you red. Like, this ain't, you know, Crips and Bloods. Like, you know, this is the future of a country. And you know,
let's all get predicated. Let's all stay predicated.
Let's all get predicated.
Yeah, no more playing around. Let's get very serious and let's get to it.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's the new concept, bro. Let's get breast serious for everybody out there. You
I like that breast
around, man.
We ain't playing no more.
Just get dedicated. Get dedicated. If you need some help, talk to the dedicated right here.
Hey, love me brother, don't love me at all, man. That's the vibe.
Love me brother.
Good energy only, man.
For sure, man. I see you rolling up some joints right there, man. What you put in there, man?
420 Philly, man. Smoking that slicey sour right now. This new strand coming. Strand coming. We've been working on this for a couple months.
Yeah, for sure, man. Next week, man, we got Noah 4X coming on. You know what I'm saying? He's part of your camp.
Oh, I'm excited for that one. That's going to be a good one. Shout out to Noah 4X, man. Out of Harlem, out of East Side, Batio. My boy, he's a problem, man. He's an animal right now on the engineering and on the artistry.
Got a good ear, man. For
real. Keep their eyes and they got to keep their feet to the street and ears to for real, cuz my boy.
Yeah, he's doing his thing, man. But back to prosperity. You think our political leaders and our leaders in general, whether it be celebrities or politicians, you think they're doing a good job on spreading the awareness of prosperity? Or how important it is to be on point? You think?
Well, I believe everybody have different ideals, but I believe that they believe in their way that they're doing that. You know what I'm saying? I believe that they think that they're sharing that idea of, because everybody's ideas are different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if that makes sense.
I get what you're saying, though.
I believe that everybody share different ideals. So, and they're like, yeah, they are. You know, but to somebody else, they might see something else differently.
In my opinion, I think our leaders are doing a horrible job of that.
I agree with that.
Because
you look like clowns, yo. Like, what the hell are you doing?
Not only because of the way that they comport themselves, right? But also because if you think about our educational system, it's not set up to teach you how to be an entrepreneur or to be successful. It's set up just to teach you how to have a 9-to-5 job and basically have debt until you're like 45 because you're paying off your college loans. By the time you finish paying off your college loans, you're like mid-40s. Like, really, you got kids and stuff. Like, how are you supposed to enjoy like a nice income that you're receiving?
Yeah, that's a fact. Same people that be working. Same people that work the same jobs for 40 years straight. Yeah. It's like, damn, that was 40 years. Could have did a lot with that. Time is one thing that you can't really get back. So I always say, hang out with people that appreciate your time. You know, invest your time wisely because it's the best investment. And usually most investments is good unless it's a bad investment. But at least you get experience out of that. So it's still good, you know? Yeah. Just invest in your time wisely, man. Be more aware to how you spend your time. Because that's one thing we ain't getting back.
Yeah. True. Hang out with people who are like-minded like you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, right now I'm enjoying my time with y'all because I feel like we're all like-minded, you know, we're all like trying, we just want everything to be better. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you know, no matter what, you know, political party you're following, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we all know how important it is to comport yourself good. Like, why would I listen to my leader if he's talking shit about the next one? Like, listen,
some people that love that shit. Some people like to be divided. Some people like to be
segregated. This is not a reality TV show. Like, this is real lives in your hands right now.
That's right.
But La Duena, some people, there's groups of people out there, they don't want to get to be together. They want to be segregated. They want to have their own little thing going on. And these institutions that teach our kids education, they don't teach them how to be self-made.
Yeah, they don't teach you how to be an entrepreneur.
They don't teach you about money. It's not until you get to college, a real good college, that you find out that, you know, shit, I'm gonna be in debt for like another 15 years.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like, I gotta figure this shit out. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. You don't start learning about money until you're really independent when you leave your crib.
Yeah.
A lot of kids don't leave their crib.
You learn about money. Like, oh shit, you know, you got fees on top of my car payment. I gotta
now you run around parking tickets, bills over here. You run around with a bread ache. Now you don't know what to do. You're like, oh my god.
Queen of bread aches.
You know, like you're like, oh my god, you gotta get this shit right.
I'm the queen of bread eggs, okay?
For real, that's what I'm talking
I mean, like,
about.
how much money to take my car out the pound? Damn, a G. Shit.
It costs a lot.
Crazy out here.
But going back to what I was saying, though, you're right about that, because we are really educated to be reeducated. I mean, not reeducated. That's a whole different song. When you're educated, you actually a true entrepreneur. But when you're like educated, they really educate you to be a worker, because again, though, it all stems with like control. And like you can't really, you know, if you educate someone to really know how to think, then you can't control them, you know. So when you educate people just to basically become workers, I mean, think about this, mathematically speaking, you spend 12 years schooling, then if you want to go to college, you got to spend another four extra years schooling. That's 16 years. If you want to continue, that's another 18 years. And then you have to work for 30 plus years. So that's how much, if you do the math, almost 60 years. I'm before it's 50 years. And you get to retire, what, 60 something years old. And that's finally when you get to live your life at that age.
Exactly.
That's
and that 30 something years that you pay, that you're working more than half of that, more than half of those 30 years that you're working, you're paying off your debt, brother. For those,
some people are still paying their debt. They still paying.
I know people who are 50 years old. I know people who are 50 years old. They just finished paying off their college debt. Like doctors, I know doctors, because you know,
never wanted to be a statistic of that, man.
I got a medical background. I know doctors, friends of mine, that just finished. They're 48, 50 years old. Just finished paying off their college loans.
Yeah. Let me tell you something.
They had to go to. They had to get their master's. They had to get their PhD, medical degree. You know what I mean? It's a fucking joke, bro. It's a joke.
Let me tell you something. My brother and my sister, they're both born in America, and they're both doctors. They're both doctors, but they went, you know, a different route. They went to Dominican Republic and spent many years, you know, like I spent many years without my brother and sister because they were going to college down in DR. And then, you know, thankfully, it only took 8 years versus in America, it takes 12 years. And the cost to become a doctor in America is like, could be up to $1 million, you know, versus doing in DR or the Philippines or another country. You know, then they came to the United States and is practicing here. But, you know, it's like, they don't want you to win. They still got to deal with challenges even after they spent all that time and money in another country. US, you know, is like still like, oh, okay, now we got to charge you additional fees because you didn't go to school in the US. You went to school out of country. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, can I just live? Like, I did my hard work. Let me be a doctor. You know, it's still not easy. I know.
Yeah. America is a business. America is a business. You are a business. The day that you're born, you're an asset to them. You know what I mean?
Sign that birth certificate.
Become an asset.
You sign that birth certificate. When your parents sign that birth certificate when you're born, you are property.
You become property. You become property. You're working for them from day one.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Real talk. Yeah.
Really?
Real.
And it's like,
you gotta find it upon yourself to be your own business person or your own entrepreneur, which is really sad. You know, I gotta look up YouTube just to be an entrepreneur. I gotta look up YouTube just to be able to like learn how to sell online or learn how to market or learn how to grind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't go to college to learn none of that stuff, which is a shame. I learned all this shit off of like on social media and stuff like that, which is, you know, we're blessed because we live in different times now. But, you know, it's a shame that like, what if I already went to college and spent all that money and all the scholarships and community service and all that stuff that's involved with getting your degree? You know what I mean? Because it's not just paying and going to school, but it's like, you know, it's a never ending cycle and it's just really fucked up. It's like only the strong will survive.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you were saying, like there are people that actually bust their ass, go to school, get the top-notch education, and they still don't know jack shit.
And they still don't know shit.
Because I guarantee you, most of the majors that you go to college for, all that theory you learn in class, you don't even use it on the field.
Yeah, they don't teach you about paying electricity bill and you know paying state taxes and all unless you're like learning about real estate, or unless you're specifically choosing that field. But it's like all of us pay taxes. You guys gotta, the schools, the public schools and the colleges, they won't teach you unless you like select that elective, or you know what I mean, depending on which field you choose to do, which I think that's a shame as well.
Yeah. It
It's
is
mandatory because that's a tool you need to know, because all of us going to end up paying taxes anyway. No one's going to escape.
All of us are going to pay tax, whether you're going to be a beautician, whether you're going to be a doctor, whether you're going to be a social media influencer. We all still got to pay taxes. And, I know totally different than what you know, and I think it all should have been given to us, in high school, at least.
Oh shit, the government is coming for you. You hear the planes?
I know. I hear that.
Skydivers.
You hear that?
Skydivers coming for you.
Call of Duty. Call of Duty, man.
The Navy SEALs.
Call it the airstrike.
What you say, La Duena? All right, I know where you live.
We got you.
Chopper.
Yo, I don't want to see you get your throat slit on fucking live broadcast to you, right?
Well, you already know this is a state that you're allowed to.
You're grand.
To have some toys.
You better have that shit.
Have some toys,
Right.
We don't want Jason Bourne creeping up on your.
Strapped up.
But yeah, man, it's like this, man. I know John Tavar knows, and you all of us know friends and peers that they busted their ass in school, went to the best colleges, and they're not even working in their field because it's oversaturated. Number one, or number two, they just couldn't get in. They just couldn't get into it because they had to resort to other means to pay off their debts. Yes,
shit. And that put stress on.
Yeah, man.
I always believed in self-educating, man. You gotta educate yourself. You got the resources.
You just
go get them. You gotta read the material, and that's it. And you gotta apply it, what you read. I believe in that.
There's a book out
that's
there.
Free. That's free. If you can pick a book up and shit, and you can study, that's free. You just gotta find the material, of course. But
I went to school for 6 years, and trust me, I learned more by self-educating myself than I did in higher education.
Me too.
Yeah. And that's real talk. A lot of things that I've known is because of self-education, of teaching myself, picking up books.
Teaching you the material, you like, I know this already.
Yeah, and that's great.
A perfect example. So I work at a hotel in Manhattan, so I deal with like a lot of high-profile people, and I'll never forget this one guest. Like, we talk all the time because he's like a return guest. And he's a doctor. He's like a cardiologist, an internist, a psychiatrist. He got all these degrees. He graduated from Harvard and stuff. And I'm talking to him about like Facebook and social media and advertising and stuff, because I specialize in that too. Like social media marketing and stuff. And I'm explaining this, and he like doesn't have the slightest clue what the hell I'm talking about. And I'm like, yo, you got all these degrees. I'm in the back of my head. I'm like, you got all these degrees and you don't know, and he recently graduated too, you don't know about social media and that there's 2 billion people on Facebook and all that. You could promote your own doctor's practice, which is what he does. You know what I mean?
Why? You know why? Because he was cooped up being antisocial, being socially awkward, because he was busting his ass reading those books.
Most like, definitely.
He doesn't know about society, you know what I'm saying? He was focused on becoming whoever he is, right? But the whole thing is, like I said, like, we I think our system, educational wise and just in general, because in Europe is a whole different story. In Europe, they teach people how to actually do certain things, you know what I mean?
Sweden and Finland.
Not everybody has the ability, like John Tavar or Lord Brett or you or me, to do their own research and teach themselves, right? Not everybody has that ability. So if we can't get that taught in the school systems, then it's like the majority of us are in for the for pitfalls that we're not even aware of.
No, that's real talk. You're right about that. And it's unfortunate though, because again, this is all about design though. It's not something that's just a coincidence. It's all about design, because again, it's all about control. I mean, think about the public education system. It was started by the Rockefellers on purpose to control the population, to control a certain demographic, or just keeping them as workers. And I mean, the Rockefeller has a big part of it. If you look back into it, it's something that I actually learned. It wasn't taught to me in school how, education started. I had to actually teach myself that and found that out. So it's all, by design. But again, though, now that we actually are, having more resources, we have social media, the internet, etc. Hopefully we can start waking up people, and people start really, breaking outside of that indoctrination, and start really self-educating themselves and understand what's going on right now. Because we're talking about professions, right? But a lot of professions are being taken over, not only by being oversaturated, but also because technology.
Technology too,
definitely advancing.
Yeah, and another thing is, there's a lot of censorship going on too. So there's hopefully we can fight for the right to have access to information, because there's a lot of censorship going on. Even on Instagram, you see now that if you say certain words like in a comment, they block you. Like I said to a friend of mine the other day, I was saying this on the last episode. She's like kind of a diva. She's like into that whole like video vixen culture. And I always play around with her and I tell her, yo, you're not cute today. You look ugly. Yo, and Instagram blocked me. It wasn't even her. Instagram said, oh, though ugly doesn't fit our community guidelines. What the hell is that?
What? I didn't even know.
They said the word ugly didn't fit their community guidelines. I'm like, what the fuck?
Wow, that's
Instagram didn't even know that that's a thing between me and her. She calls me ugly like her ugly all the time. They censor me, bro. So it's getting to a point where it's because we live like in a sensitive society now that everything is offensive, right? So if they're censoring that, they're gonna start censoring information. Like they're gonna start censoring. That's one of the reasons why Joe Rogan left YouTube, because he was getting censored, right? So yeah.
Yeah.
That's why Dave Chappelle stopped. He at the peak of his career, and he stopped because he couldn't handle how like he can't talk about what the fuck he wants to talk about. Yeah, he wants to curse, he wants to say shit that's offensive. You know what I mean? Because we're in America and we can say whatever the fuck we want, but he just, was like, not dealing with this shit because there's too many people that are sensitive, and it's so unfortunate because I thought he was funny.
The whole freedom of speech philosophy is going out the window. It's becoming obsolete. It's gonna become obsolete eventually, the freedom of speech, because we got people who are oversensitive. You can't say anything anymore.
Yeah. Nobody about to say something? You want to?
No, they want to have more control over everything, and freedom of speech is better because you get to express yourself. But they want to protect people's feelings. It's like everything is more sensitive. People is more sensitive now. Maybe that's what it is. The community is more sensitive, so we gotta have this like awareness, or they just gotta control everything, like censor words like ugly.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that now.
I guess the people's more sensitive now because a lot of people speak out and they do trolling, so like they say bad things and shit like that. So maybe it is better a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that's the reason why they're doing it.
It can limit the trolling.
That's the reason why they were doing it, because people don't understand what trolling is, and like trolling is there's a limit to it, but some people don't have people have no filter, and the whole trolling thing actually led up to that censorship.
Yeah, cyberbullying, all that. You got activists that speak out about these topics, and these are serious topics. So, if you are indulging in any of those things, you should not be cyberbullying or none of that. These are serious topics right here. Suicide prevention, all those things right there do exist. And so you should be mindful of what you write to people. And constructive criticism is different, So just be mindful of what you say to people out there, man. Because it could be you or a relative, These are serious issues out here we got to address.
That's right.
As biggest.
Yeah. But that's one of the reasons why they've been censoring stuff, because of that. The whole trolling thing led up to suicides, led up to people like, committing like attempts on their lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, they see that as a serious issue. Definitely. And now it's gotten to the point where it started with the bullying thing, with the trolling, because trolling is bullying to a certain extent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trolling that goes beyond just having fun. Some trolling goes beyond having fun. Some trolling gets to the extreme where you can really hurt somebody, like somebody who has a weak mind, right? But the whole thing is that now they use that to justify everything that you put up on social media or anything that you do. So we're losing the freedom of speech right that we have. If we continue down that route, we're going to lose it completely. Because even in mainstream media, you can't even say certain things anymore. You can't report certain things because it's too crazy. You know what I mean? They have a narrative that they report whatever they want to report. There's some journalists actually they quit their jobs because they're about telling the truth, but they can't do that anymore because they're the chief editor in their company is telling them, you know what, that's not sexy enough, that's not the way that we're going to release that story. And that's we're basically losing our rights little by little because of technology and because of social media and people just taking advantage of other people when they troll and do certain things that they don't see how it affects all of us.
Well, for the people that love social media, man, luckily we all got a preference, and there will always be another platform where you can express your opinion. And that's the other side of that. You always got a preference, and you always gonna have another option. You can go somewhere else where they let you share your opinion.
That's true, though. That's true.
That's just the other side. It's always gonna be another platform, and you can create a platform too. So you just gotta keep that in there too.
Yeah, that's true though.
You know?
That's true. What I'm afraid is that not only the language, but the information, like I was saying earlier, could be censored because that's the biggest thing that could possibly happen. However, that's why I say like books, you can't censor books because once it's out there, it's out there.
Yeah.
That's what I've been getting more information from is by reading books. I know when it comes to like the media, what I'm saying, the internet, you definitely got to be mindful where you get that information. And again, though, just got to just assess things and really just kind of like make your own critical conclusion about it. Because again, I just don't like when people just just go by what they see and they don't even question anything like that. And I mean, sad to see things like that. Mm-hmm. And you're right about being kind of like sensitive in terms of how we use certain words. And I mean, like when you talked about Dave Chappelle earlier, and he made a great point, about one skit he had, and he used the term the F word. Well, I don't want to say it because I could be censored and be right. But his problem is that I can't say the F word, but I can say nigga. It's no problem saying that.
Yep.
You don't want to censor that. So that's the thing where that to me, it's a thing behind that too, though. There's something behind that too, that we can't use other words. So it's just messed up overall. But yeah, prosperity. What I would say again, definitely we gotta really just be more into ourselves though, and just know that I think everyone honestly, as much as that we're divided, I think the end goal for many people, I think that all of us, is to be happy and prosper. But it's unfortunate though that we're some people are brought up with a mindset through their upbringing though, because I mean no one's really born a certain way. It's just that it's all taught, and they just stick to that since they were born, and again though they can't really break out of that because that's all they know, and it's unfortunate, but all we could do is really just hope for the better. And I think everything, again, it all begins with you though. Everything begins within you.
Yep.
Yeah, like especially Lord Bread, the shit you coming out with is really hot, you know what I mean? And I know there's going to be a lot of followers and stuff, and I just really hope that you continue to lead with the positive vibe and use your fame and celebrity and all for the better, you know what I'm saying? Like I think just being real is the best policy, because like that's what I do with my son. I just tell him the truth and I don't sugarcoat nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just real, like listen, there's gonna be people that won't like you, there's gonna be people that'll make it their mission to destroy you, and you gotta just try to be strong-minded and just keep it moving and have faith, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have faith, they're just like
faithless,
lost in the anxiety and everything, like sometimes you just gotta like listen, let go and let God take the wheel sometimes, and it's incredible because sometimes things do just automatically come in place when you do that, and then you restart thinking about like, oh wow, I was so stressed out, and I really don't need to be stressed out, like once again, I got food in my mouth, I got a shelter, I'm alive, given so many people during this pandemic who passed away, you know what I mean? Like I think so many people, especially with what we're going through, should be like, wow, like thank God I'm alive. Thank God I'm alive today, for the people who got sick, or for the people who caught it, or the people who didn't catch it, you know what I mean? Like you're here, be happy and prosper from that,
Yep. Really, that's a fact.
Absolutely, man. I just think that like La Duena said, man, just the fact that you woke up today, man, that's prosperous right there. You being successful a little bit. You know what I mean? You woke the fuck up and you said, "Yes, I can." You already know, man. Low bread in the building.
Egg and cheese.
Yeah.
Low bread in the building. The bread educator, medication.
Whole slice.
We got La Duena in the house for the first time, man. Thank you for coming on.
You already.
Lord Brad, man, we on our show we always have a last word, like a final thought. We like to call it the final thought here. Since you're our guest, we're gonna let you go first. So, based on our topic today, prosperity, what would be your final thought for our guests, our listeners?
Yeah, sure. Jerry Springer, you know, when they be like, "We back with Jerry's thought" and all that. Like, my final thought, man, for the show, man, prosperity. Like, you want to get closer to prosperity, be more bread serious, man. Be dedicated to what you do. Focus on it. Want it. Wake up, think about it. Go to sleep, think about it, and make it happen for yourself, because it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible, and the only thing that can stop you is yourself. So, you know, that's my final thought for today, man. Stay focused, stay dedicated. Slice.
Ooh, slicey life.
Knowledge, man. Dedication right there, bro.
So, John Tavares, you gonna be a gentleman? Let Duena go first, or you gonna knock her out the box? You gonna be catty?
I heard that.
You gonna be catty?
Mine, you ain't gotta be catty. My final thought is listen. Oh yeah, trust me, I got a lot of that. But I'm in a good mood. So but my final thought is listen. Listen to people. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Listen. Whether they are agreeing with you or whether they disagree with you, you know, just listen. And I'm not talking about just, you know, I'm talking about like taking what other people are saying and take a moment to process that. Like, you know, like, oh, why this person totally disagrees with me. You know what I mean? And just listen.
I like that. I want to piggyback off that because, I mean, one of my things that I always go by is that, and you said it earlier, like the way, is keeping an open mind. And the way I say is that always keep an open mind to new information and never be afraid to be wrong.
Right.
You know, and that's what keeps you learning more and to prosper more, when you keep an open mind to new information and you're not afraid to be wrong. You know, if you're wrong, you were wrong. You know what I mean? Because again, learning begins with failure. So I'm just going to just end it up with my final thought. I mean, again, as I stated earlier, life begins within you. And, you know, the way I look about being, you know, to prosper in life is being comfortable in my own skin, where I don't feel where I have to, you know, get approval for somebody who is not going what I'm going through inside, and knowing that everything begins inside here. So, you know, that's what I look at about being prosperous, being comfortable in my own skin, you know, and that's my final thought.
Man, when you guys killed it today, man, I don't even know what to say. I'm just gonna piggyback off of what John Tavares said about failure. I mean, you can't make an omelet without breaking the eggs, right? So, meaning you can't win. You can't win if you can't, you know, if you don't know how to fail. So, just keep on, you know, breaking the eggs, man, because you're gonna make an official omelet one day. You know what I'm saying? So that's my final thought, man. Keep on whipping that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get breaducated right now with this GG4. You heard? Look at that right there, baby boy. Ooh. Spicy life. You heard? Podcast every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Man, Lord Brad, thank you for coming on, man. It's always a pleasure, brother.
Throw that other record on before we go, man.
Yeah. I was gonna play a little old one of yours called Bad One. Bad Little
One. I'm about to blast that.
Oh, you got the bad one? Oh, you got the bad
little one.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to play that one. That's cool.
Yeah, that's good slice right there. Go ahead. That's good slice. That's good slice. Just for the bad little ones out there.
Yeah, man. For our listeners, for our viewers, you can press the little logo on the right-hand lower corner. Subscribe to our channel, man. You already know Lord Brett in the house, man.
Hey, guys, make sure you smash that button in the corner there and hit the thumbs up.
Yeah, I love it.
You already know, man.
Yeah, that's how they do it, right? Yes, don't forget to smash that red button, guys.
Time is saying that, and they don't even know what button you're talking about. They're like, I don't know. I just hear it a lot.
You know the one right there, down there, this corner here, like
or up there, or over there.
Oh shit, man. Here we go, man. This is Lord Bread, Bad Little One. You heard? We out this.
Love me, brother vibes. Time to turn it, I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga, SLICY. Time to kill him, I'ma kill him. She said, she love me. I'm that nigga. I said, come fuck me. She said, I'm coming. Yeah. I said, baby, don't run from me. She a bad, bad, bad little one. She just wanna party, get drunk and have fun. Before the night end, we gon' be done. And she gon' love me better than the rest of them. Crush up, roll up, get sliced every night. Night in the city, shine bright. Be my bad little one for the night. You know she got that cake on her. Put it right here, I'll be a plate for you. Girl, you off the charts, there's no waiting to you. You know my slide's different, you can check the flavor. I can educate you, I'm the educator. I told her love me, brother, you don't be a stranger. Sort them problems out, we can rearrange them. It's more simple than you think, don't need a calculator.
She love my music, how I do it is exclusive, right? We in the newest merchandise, just started moving right. When they book me for them shows, we pulling up like leaving with a bad little one for the night.
Bad, bad, bad little one. She just wanna party, get drunk and have fun. Before the night end, we gon' be done. And she gon' love me better than the rest of them. Crush up, roll up, get sliced every night. Night in the city, shine bright. Be my bad little one for the night. Lord Bread, I'm the man that's gon' get it done. All of my crumbs love me, I only love the realest ones. Cause I'm dedicated, wanna give me some. This hard working dedication gon' leave her running. I could keep it calm or I could be a savage. I always make her go long like Hail Mary passes. And when she in the thong, I love the way the asses. It be clapping, she be ready to hit the mattress.
She is like it, I like it, I like it, yeah. And she ride it like a biker when he biking, yeah. Like a hiker, right? We do it again.
She said, she love me. I said, come fuck me. She said, I'm coming. I said, baby, don't run from me. She a bad, bad, bad little one. She just wanna party, get drunk and have fun. Before the night end, we gon' be done. And she gon' love me better than the rest of them.
Ew.
Fire.
You know?
That was fire, yo. Make sure y'all follow me, Lord Brad _ Instagram, Clubhouse member, all that slice mix, everything.
That's what's up, Lord Brad. Get that bridgemication.
Oh.
We out this Feast Man Dinner at the Round Table podcast every Monday, 7:30 p.m. via YouTube, Instagram Live, Spreaker.com. Catch us on all digital podcast platforms.